Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Wave Plays. Now, today we're starting a brand new game, really exciting, and for this selection, we're going to be playing the original Borderlands. For those of you not familiar, Borderlands is a first-person shooter that blends in RPG elements such as leveling up, skill trees, dungeon crawling, and tons of loot. Now, the single-player campaign is a lot of fun, but the game is just so much more enjoyable when you're playing with a friend. Online, you can play with up to three other people, 4 players total, and there is even a couch co-op mode for 2. It's unfortunate that there aren't a lot of modern games being made that offer couch co-op, so it's great to see that game developers haven't forgotten about us, folks who like playing with a friend. In person. So, there's 4 classes to pick from in the game: the Soldier, the Hunter, the Siren, and the Berserker. And, part of the fun of the game is, while each class has its own weapon specialty, any class can use any weapon. I've played through the game myself with each of these classes, and I own the game on both Xbox and PC. There are several DLC packs that include additional quests, more gear, level increases, and so on. They're all fun to play and totally worth it. You can go out now and get the Game of the Year pack. I think it runs, maybe $20, $30, and it throws everything in. It's a total steal for what you get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you just a brief overview of the classes as well as my recommendations. Now, just something to keep in mind, there is no real right or wrong way to build a character. These are just my preferences. It's up to you to have fun with it and experiment to see what works best for you. So real quick, the Soldier, his name is Roland. And he is like your typical warrior in an RPG. He's very well rounded in all areas. His specialty is in rifles and shotguns. And his specialty class skill is the Scorpio turret, which deploys a machine gun. And there is also a small shield that allows you to crouch behind for some extra cover. This is probably the best skill in the game and the easiest to use. However, it does have a very long cooldown. In fact, the longest cooldown. Again, it's great both on offense and defense. And the 3 skill trees you can choose with Roland are infantry, support, and medic. Next up is my favorite character, Mordecai, who plays the Hunter. And this would be sort of like the archer of the group. He hits hard, but he has very limited defensive capabilities. So staying alive when you're soloing as Mordecai can be challenging. He does specialize in sniper rifles, but he also has a pistol specialty if you prefer to play, more of an up-close, in-your-face playstyle. His class skill is Bloodwing, and that releases your hunting bird to attack an enemy. It's not quite as strong as Roland's Scorpio turret, but the cooldown is a lot shorter, so you'll be able to use it more frequently during combat. And his skill trees are Sniper, Rogue, and Gunslinger. Next, we have Lilith, the Siren, and she would be the mage of the group, with a bit of a thief element as well. She can be quick and very unpredictable. Now, she specializes in elemental weaponry. Her class skill is Phase Walk, and that allows her to become invisible for a short period of time. Exiting Phase Walk can damage nearby enemies, and you can use this skill very easily on the offense or defensively. If you get into a bind, jump into Phase Walk, run away, and you're golden. So it's pretty easy to get out of a bad situation with Lilith. Now, her skill trees are Controller, Elemental, and Assassin. And last, but certainly not least, is Brick the Berserker, and he is the brawler of the group, and physically he's the strongest and most resilient. Now, his specialties are in explosive weaponry. And his specialty class skill is Berserk, which kind of throws him into this frenzy melee mode, and he kind of basically goes around and starts punching and boxing people to death. So it's pretty dramatic. Um, and his skill trees are Brawler, Tank, and Blaster. So there you have it. Those are the 4 classes you can pick from. They're all great. They're all fun to play. Personally, though, I think Roland is the best choice for a beginner, for a new player. Reason being, again, he's very well balanced. The Scorpio turret is also a really solid skill to have, and you'll see why as we start. You are welcome to play along as Roland with me, or you can elect any one of the other classes. That's totally fine. For the most part, the game doesn't really vary. We're going to do the same missions. We're going to go through the same, the main quest and the main storyline doesn't change based on the character you elect. In fact, one of the reasons Borderlands was kind of critiqued a bit was it doesn't have a very strong plot or story. Not so much as the Borderlands sequel, which does correct that. But I think there's just something a little more fun about the first game. It's a little more raw. It's a little less refined. But anywho, so I'll be selecting Roland. And, again, I'll be giving you my my preferences for a solo build. Now, that would change if I was playing with another person. I would probably spec Roland a bit differently if I was in a co-op game. But since I'll be soloing, I'm going to build him a certain way. And again, you're welcome to follow along and build him as I do. Or, it's great to experiment with the points. You can always reset your skill points for a fee. If the build you're working on doesn't seem to really jive with you, try something else. So yeah, looking forward to jumping in, and let's get to it.
See you next time.
So here we are, right outside Firestone.
Welcome to Firestone. I am CL4PTP. You may call me by my locally designated name, Claptrap. Before continuing, please accept this Echo communication device and heads-up display, provided free of charge by the Doll Corporation.
Any of you ever watch old school DuckTales? Claptrap always reminded me of, I think his name was Quentin Quackshell? Fenton Quackshell? Gizmo Duck? He's got the single tire, or he rides around in this sort of a robotic suit with like a 1980s
Great.
era.
I detect that your Echo device is fully functioning. This way,
just
please.
Like really old school sci-fi type of a helmet, and he rides around in a tire, and he's just a trip. And Claptrap is, of course, the game's comic relief.
Step right up. This is the new U station. When you use this device, your DNA profile is automatically identified and stored. Please activate the new U station now.
So, you can kind of customize the color a bit. I guess it doesn't matter too much when it's a single player, because, I'm not going to be looking at my character anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Excellent. Now that your DNA is registered,
Actually, if you kind of poke around a bit in the starting area, there's a few things you can look at. There's a few, look up some safes, get a few bucks. I think there's some ammo here. Yeah, not much, but let's see. Get this way. Not that way. I think there's another way around. if you've played Borderlands 2, you'll notice the controls in 1 are a little stiffer. But you know, you'll get the hang of it. You know, it's not too difficult to get the hang of. You just kind of get used to it. They're not bad by any means, but Part 2 definitely had a more fluid control feel, had a more natural feel. This one you kind of have to finesse a little bit. You kind of just have to adjust, but not too bad. Oh. Did not make that jump. There we go. And there's actually a red treasure chest up here.
Always nice to get resupply.
Well, before we actually get into the rest of the game. There's some ammo. Okay. Let's see. So we'll kind of go into here. Just a quick overview. So you see, you have proficiencies for the weapons. You've got your pistols. Now this actually includes both the repeater, which is sort of the, you know, the more modern handgun, light damage, fairly accurate at close range, relatively quick firing, low recoil. But then it also includes the revolver, which is, you know, high accuracy, high damage, but smaller clip size. And I think the reload time is a bit longer on those because it's a revolver and you're throwing individual rounds into the into the chamber, into the barrel, not the barrel, the chamber. Excuse me. Then you got the submachine guns, which are like a close to medium range, fast fire rate, fairly light damage as well, but you know, typically a larger clip size than the pistols. Oh, and yeah, as well for pistols, there's also the machine type pistols, the TMP style. So bigger clip size, very quick firing, light damage, a lot of recoil, not very accurate, but those can be pretty fun too. Shotguns, again, you know, just like any other game, it's a close range weapon. These are you know, meant for clearing, you know, kind of weaker enemies. You know, especially groups of weaker enemies are, you know, are pretty easy to take down with the shotgun. Some of them do have pretty quick firing. You know, some of them more double barrel styles. Some of them fire more slowly. Accuracy is pretty bad, which is why you only want to use them up close anyway. Then assault rifles, or excuse me, combat rifles, kind of medium to long range. Pretty decent clip sizes, to large clip sizes, depending on the type of rifle. There's the more rifle styles that, you know, maybe they have around 30 clips or so, and then there's the more support machine gun style guns that have, you know, 40, 50, 60 rounds and up maybe, and just with a slower fire rate. Then there's a few styles that have like a short burst. They're not fully automatic, but they're very accurate, high damage, but a small clip size. So again, huge variety to pick from. Sniper rifles, long range weapon, high damage, high accuracy, tend to have slower firing rates, smaller magazine sizes, not good at all up front. Their accuracy doesn't seem to be really good unless you have the scope zoomed in. Then you have the launcher proficiency, which is, you know, these things are a lot of fun. They, again, you get explosive damage, area of effect. However, the clip size is pretty much non-existent. Ammo is also pretty limited. You see the ammo capacities right below here. Now you can upgrade those as the game progresses, but you're going to be capped off at some point. You know, you're not going to be able to get infinite ammo, you know, depending on the style you're looking for. There are certain abilities later on that give you ammo regen, but you know, just for the sake of conversation, you know, unlimited ammo is just not a thing. And then Iridian weapons, which is the like alien tech weapons. Now, you know what? I retract my statement. These actually have unlimited ammo in the sense that they don't carry ammo. They go off. These weapons have a recharge, so you can fire so many rounds before it has to recharge, and then you can fire again. Some of them are very high damage but slow firing. Some of them are very light damage but very quick firing. Not a big fan of Iridian weaponry. Overall, they're neat just to have one to kind of screw around with, and they're nice to have as a backup in case you're totally out of ammo with your other weapons, but normally not an issue. So yeah, that's weapons in a nutshell. And then we'll see here. Right now we can only equip 2 guns at a time. Eventually we'll get 4. And these little things here, this top one here is for your shield. Shields are going to protect you. You know, it absorbs damage before it deducts from your actual health points. All kinds of shields. Some shields give you, some shields have a very high capacity. Some shields give you bonus health. Some shields even regen your health. So, again, huge variety to pick from. And the next is your grenade mod. We don't have grenades yet, but basically, you know how a grenade works. It's a small explosive device that shoots shrapnel when it explodes, and it damages nearby enemies. Now, the grenade mod changes the way the grenades behave. So, for instance, there's grenades that, when they go off, they can steal health from an enemy to give to you. There's certain grenades that bounce off walls before landing and exploding. There's proximity grenades that only go off once they come in close contact with an enemy. Again, big variety to pick from. And lastly here is the class mod. Now the class mod is basically going to change the abilities. It's going to enhance your abilities and add in skill points depending on what skill tree they specialize in. Again, we'll kind of see what they do as we go. Right now, it's kind of hard to describe without really getting into it. Now, this is the skill tree for Roland, so we can't really do much right now because we're level 1. There's no skill points to put in, so we'll get to that later. This is your quest log, and if you press Y, there's challenges that you can do to get additional experience points. Again, these are pretty easy, and you'll just complete them as you go. But sometimes you want to take a break from questing and just focus on doing challenges. Let's see, Echolog's nothing new yet, and of course the handy dandy map. So this is the first area, the arid Badlands, that we'll be exploring. And yeah, let's get to it. So just kind of gave you a quick crash course and what's what, but again, it's pretty straightforward, and we'll definitely learn and pick up things as we go. I'd say the learning curve isn't too steep. The game is pretty fair when it comes to introducing new functions and features. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. It's there certainly are really challenging parts to the game. There's a few parts you'll be wanting to throw your controller at the door, or, do a little rage quit and walk away. But for the most part, it's appropriately challenging. And I have this habit, OCD, whatever you want to call it. I've got to finish every quest. I do all the side quests. It's worth it for the XP, the money, the gear, you name it. Plus, that guarantees, you know, it's going to guarantee your at or above the required levels, level requirements for the main story. More often than not, as you go deeper into the game, you'll find that you're actually a little ahead of the story requirement, which gives you an edge. So now that we've kind of walked around a bit, we almost forgot to check the shack. Yeah, the game does pay to explore. There's, you know, loot is tucked around every corner in places you wouldn't think to look, so take your time, look around.
Is that... Oh no, not again!
So the game kind of starts you with a pretty terrible weapon, but that's to be expected, right? It's just a little cheap machine gun, and we'll talk about, you know, we'll kind of look at the stats later just to see how, you know, how things kind of behave, but yeah, just to get started to learn the basic play mechanics, it's fine, it works. You're not going to keep it for long anyway, so. And in we go. Let's see, let's let him get a little closer. That barrel, always shoot the red barrel. Come on. You know, standard video game law. There's a red barrel, you shoot it. No questions asked. There we go. Trying to get used to, you know, sometimes when you don't play for a while, getting back into the groove of the game feels a little weird, but we'll be playing this very, you know, pretty frequently, you know, or pretty consistently. You know, it's a fairly long game. You know, if we go through the core game and all the DLC, you know, we'll be kind of going through each, so we'll be at this for a while for sure. Get some ammo.
You really don't want me to come back here? Shooting! Open the door!
Close enough? Oh. Yep, close enough to the acid barrel. Sorry, bro. But it was you or me. You'll notice with headshots do critical damage. So aim for the head when you can. Or center mass. You know, guarantees it doesn't guarantee hit, but just a little easier. There we go.
You should open this storage device. There may be something inside to help against those bandits.
Okay.
This'll help.
Wow! That looks like it could do some damage. Okay,
Pick the
let's
swatter
get this gate
as
open.
our secondary. It's a nice little repeater with the zoom.
I'm over
A
here.
little scope on there. So
These
not too
controls
bad.
seem to be damaged. Have no fear. I'm sure I can do it. This isn't working. Quick, this way.
Alright, Claptrap. Where are we going? We're going this way, huh? Alright. Easy peasy.
All right, boys, take him out. We got him in.
Whoops. Don't worry. You can still live. Get the second wind, and we're still alive. Easy peasy. Unfortunately, with the original Borderlands, you don't get to move around with second winds. You gotta stay put. Now, if you get killed in a really bad spot, unfortunately, it sucks to be you. In Borderlands 2, you can move around a bit and maneuver, even if you're waiting for a second wind. But I've gotten killed around the corner, enemy comes in, shoots me, runs away, and that's it. Bummer. Gotta respawn. So sometimes it's annoying, but it is what it is. There we go. Oh, who's shooting at me? Oh, you. How did I miss you? You weren't standing there a second ago. Boom. More loot. Oh. Again.
I don't want to die.
Gotcha. And another one. How many of you want to die today?
You scared? You should be.
You asked for it.
Excellent.
Boom.
I knew you were the right choice, friend. Now go. I'll contact you again soon.
And we've leveled up. Welcome to level 2. You'll notice you'll get a
Attention,
little
citizen of
more
Firestone!
health every
There is
level.
no cause for alarm! This new
So
visitor has
some of
resolved
the
the
skills go
problem!
up every little bit.
Well, shoot, I thought I was a goner that time. Damn bandits won't leave us alone. Had to lock the place up tight. I'll let you in. Come on. Damn it. Blasted circuits are on the fritz again. Give it a go from the switch out there, would you?
Okay, so we have our first quest. So this one just kind of popped up. You'll see here, and then you can just read the description. Again, this one's pretty straightforward. It's going to give you the name of the quest, what the payout is in the bottom corner. There's no money, but you get 48 experience points and the quest objectives. So pretty straightforward what the difficulty is.
Now that you've selected a mission, you will notice that a new icon has appeared
So
on your
follow
heads-up
the little
display.
diamond on your
That's a
waypoint.
waypoint.
Also, if you open up your map, oops, excuse me. Yeah, you'll see right there.
The waypoint will tell you where you need to go, depending
Easy
on
peasy.
what mission is currently active in your mission log.
Just hit the switch. And we go in.
Thanks for opening her up
Let's talk to
again.
Dr. Zed.
Name's Zed.
Dr.
They
Z.
don't let me cut on folks anymore since I lost
This
my
dude's a trip.
license, so
This
now I
dude
keep the
is-
med vendors around here up and running. From the vendors, you can buy all the healing you could ever want from a
I
real
probably should have
doc.
read that. Oh well, we kind
Thankfully,
of skipped
without
around.
the "vault is a myth, you'll get yourself killed" lecture.
So we got to kill some skags. Easy peasy. So we get 300 bucks and change and a little XP. Not bad.
Over here!
So let's go take care of the skag problem. For Zed, let's see. A little bit of money, some ammo. Yeah, money is pretty easy to come across in this game as well. I mean, we just started and we're already at $600.
You got what you need.
Now
I don't
that we're
really
done
buy
with
a
all
lot.
that, please
Money,
follow me
actually,
and I'll open the
mostly
gate for you.
it's ammo, grenades, ammo upgrades. On occasion, you do find some good gear in the weapon shops or the shield shops, health shops, but for the most part, you find the loot through questing, shops, treasure chests.
Ow! Oh my god!
Oh no! Claptrap.
Got him
Not
down!
totally accurate. Be up close to.
Bullshit!
drop them. Boom.
Looks like he got under Nine Toes' skin. Don't worry, he'll get what's coming to him.
So yeah, I ended up just stockpiling a ton of money
You
because I
did
don't
it.
really
I
spend a
knew
lot of
you
it.
were the right
But
choice.
there's always plenty of money for ammo.
The poor little robot
You're
needs
gonna
our
need-
help.
You're gonna need
Would
a
you
lot of
kindly
ammo.
give him a hand?
Yep. We gotta rescue Claptrap now.
That little robot is hurt. He isn't going to last very long without attention. Why don't you look around for something to fix him up?
And let's go.
I can see.
Let's go grab the diagnostic kit and run back. Easy enough.
I think I'm leaking. I'm leaking. There's oil everywhere. Aha! Whew, good as new, I think. Am I leaking?
He seems to be okay. Now is the time to get moving and play your part in the journey to come.
It's alright, now he's gonna grab the door for us and we'll step out and let's kill some skags. So, closest place here, you'll see the dens are these little caves. You can't go in the caves, but they tend to hang out right around the little area. They're littered everywhere. So, if you find a little cave that looks like that, you'll probably find skags near.
Nailed it!
So, these are the pups, these are the babies. But, do not underestimate the babies. They can still kill you. They can kill you good. Reload, reload, reload. Boom.
Getting better all the
Let on
Level
the dirt.
3.
I'll see you in a few.
Not too bad. Let's go back in, turn the quest in, and get our reward.
Hey there,
You know, if you are a fan of science fiction, the soundtrack does remind me very much of the Firefly series. And if you have not seen Firefly, you should go,
Just tell me
Check that
if you
out.
need anything.
like literally right now, pause this video and go watch Firefly. You
I
can thank
keep
me
the
later.
medical equipment working.
Okay, so we turned it in, and all is well. Next, we need to obtain a power coupling to repair the medical vendor and buy a shield.
Come on, let's get out. Come on, everybody.
Okay, easy enough. We don't have a shield yet. We could use a shield.
Well, that should cover it, kid.
So let's get to it. So typically you follow the little cursor, but you can always pull up your map to get a better look on it. So we're gonna head south, outside the gates of Firestone, and then we're gonna head to the east. Easy enough.
But check me out.
Easy enough. Looks like you'll see the little red dot on the display. Of course, these enemies, so always keep an eye out for those. Sometimes they just seem to pop out of nowhere. Boom. Got a little drop. Nice. There we go. Picked up another repeater, so we'll go check out the stats in a bit. Okay, so we pick up here, and we can head back to town now. Easy peasy. Okay, and let's go turn in this bad boy.
What do you need? I might
Let's
not
buy us a
have
shield.
a med school degree, but when you
So it
get
looks
shot,
like they're
you'll
pretty much
be
all the same.
happy
They all
I'm
cost
here.
the same. There's this the item of the day we can't use anyway. You see, it has a level 4 requirement. It is a little better than this shield. It also costs $651. The standard basic shield is $245, and we have 971. So let's just buy one of these. We'll probably get a replacement sooner rather than later.
The machine to sell
just
some
a
things you
drop
don't need
or
and
a
buy
quest
first
reward.
aid
So,
kits to use on the field.
but this one's good enough to get us started. And let's turn it in.
You can call me Sid. Everyone else.
There we go. A little bit of cash, a little bit of experience. And we're gonna go... we gotta go kill this dude named Nine Toes.
That'll do for now.
People don't yet trust
Actually, not
you.
quite yet. We're gonna blind
If
Nine
you're going
Toes.
to ever
We're gonna
find
do
the
that
vault, you
by
need
killing
the
some
aid of the
bandits.
people. Helping Dr. Zed with his Nine Toes problem is a good move.
Yeah. Killing Nine Toes comes later. Just head up in this direction. You see there's a little, kind of a camp up here. To the west. Up this path. Let's get rid of these guys sneaking up. And we're killing bandits.
Critical hit!
Out of ammo. Switch to the repeater. Up. Hey, stop moving. Okay. And we just got some more ammo. Nice. Okay, so let's get to it.
All right, boys, take
Oh, hello there. They didn't want to fight at all. They just came out to say hi. Accuracy, as in most shooters. Not always an option, but just something to note.
You think you ought to be here? Now.
Reload, and let's jump into this. Actually, let's switch to the pistol, see if we can pick these guys off from a distance. Got one.
I got something for you. Better run. Are you scared? Time to die.
Another one.
Come out.
They're just making this easy, huh? There we go.
Oh, you know that hurt.
Another one. Easy peasy. 6 down, 2 to go. Another one. Got plenty of ammo.
You should be.
Dang. Okay. Well, we got our shield now, so let's jump in.
Come on.
Okay. Quest done, but for good measure, let's just finish.
You scared? You should be.
Dang. That was not smart.
You better run.
Luckily, you guys can't shoot very well. This is how we shoot this. Now the shield's about to drop. See you there.
I'm out of mag. Wherever you are.
You kind of take a calculated risk. Sometimes you jump into the fray and you live. Sometimes there's just too many and they outgun you.
Time to
But
die. They got too many guns on me.
so far, we're still keeping alive. Man, my aim feels off.
Nailed it.
You know, kind of like with previous games, I'm playing on a much smaller screen, so I don't know. It's a little different than playing on the TV. The recording software, you know, goes to the laptop, so you know, playing on the laptop screen, not the same, you know, and on a windowed version of the laptop screen, not quite the same as playing on the. I have a 55-inch flat screen that I normally play on, so a little different, but we'll adjust.
Armaments here.
Okay, got some more gear here. We'll start to check that out soon. Some of it looks like we can't use some of it yet. Okay. Alright, well, quest done. Let's go turn it in. Easy enough. Okay. Let's turn this in.
What do you need?
And reward, some XP and some ice. And we're moving along here. TK Baja. Let's go meet him.
That'll do for now.
You know what I'd always hope they do was make a Borderlands MMO, but don't think that's gonna happen. But there's a lot of content and a lot of source material there, so I think it could be done if there was interest. I'd play it.
You?
Absolutely.
One more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face. Hey, newcomer.
There's some interesting characters in this game. You know, despite the lack of a strong, plot or story, some of these characters are just really,
Don't worry
really
about me. I can take
interesting
care of
people to
myself.
meet.
I'll get by just fine. All right? I'm okay.
Okay, easy enough. We're gonna recover some stolen food. And we're just about to hit level 4. We're about a bar away from level 4. Yep, there's even stuff in toilets. Food everywhere, look at everything. There's always ammo, money. Oh, what's this? Oh. Let's see it. Yeah, look everywhere. The game rewards you for exploring. But it can also kill you if you happen to stumble across the wrong, something wrong, or a higher level part of this zone. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. Right here, pretty safe. Reload. Come on. Reload.
Break it up.
Okay, level 4. So the first few levels go by pretty quickly. Oh, another one. Got him. It's not always going to be this fast. As you increase in level, it's going to take longer to hit the next level, and so on and so forth. More XP. More XP. Every single level. More and more experience points to hit the next level. You'll be kind of grinding a bit, toward end game once you finish all the other DLC. Max out, but actually, there's a max. Highest on my Xbox is my Mordecai. He's level 65. But I do want to max him out. Out of ammo again. Back to the repeater. It's always nice to have a variety of weapons. Even if you just, I don't know, love assault rifles. Carry repeaters, carry shotguns, carry snipers, because you can only carry so much ammo for a certain weapon type, and if you run out, things get dicey. You know, as you've seen here, just, you know, pretty early on, you know, we've already run out of ammo multiple times. Alright, we've got all the stolen food. So let's head back, turn this in, and get our reward. Oh, we should have gone the other way. Oh well, we'll go around. No big deal. No big deal. Sneak up on these bandits here. Early bandits are pretty easy to take down. Most of them just have repeaters. Most of them don't have any shields except for that one in this group. But as you get on with the game, more and more will have shields. They're going to carry heavier weapons. There will be more of them. They're going to, you know, use better tactics to stop you. So enjoy it while it lasts. Right now, easy.
Smells like off-worlders. How you liking our planet anyways?
Now we gotta go buy a grenade.
You've done well.
That's it.
I've decided to
But where do we buy grenades?
Firestone franchise thanks to you. Head into town
From
and
our
buy
good friend
some
Marcus
new
here,
gear.
who is gonna open his store for us. We'll be able to buy as much ammo as we can afford, grenades, as well as weapons as well. And the weapon inventory changes frequently. It's on a timer. Every so often it changes and you get a new variety. So it's nice to check back every so often. In my opinion, most of the time it's just junk. But sometimes you find some good stuff in here. So see the green vending machine, that's for ammo. Oops. So let's pick up the grenades and kill the weapons. Normally the item of the day is typically the best of the group. It also tends to be more expensive than the standard weapons that are available. As you can see, oh, rarity levels. We haven't really talked about rarity levels. So you'll see, you know, white is, you know, the most common rarity, and then green, and then blue, and then after blue, I believe it's orange, and then I think pearlescent. It's kind of like a cyan-looking color, I believe, is the most rare. I gotta double check that. In rankings of, you know, most common to least common weapons or most rare weapons. So generally, anything white is pretty junky in comparison, and typically the stats aren't going to be as good or as impressive as an equivalent green weapon of the same level. So keep your eye out for green or better. Typically that's where the good stuff is. But in the beginning, we're just dealing with uncommons, or common stuff.
Why don't you come over here and chat a while? It's always nice for you to have company out here.
Yeah, we didn't hit it. Yes, we are. Jealous skags. We decided to remove So we didn't have a conversation anymore.
Hey,
Oh,
newcomer.
now you're dead. Look at you
I've been
now.
looking for you. Thanks. There are
Okay,
just
we
some
already got the
things that are
quest.
too
Easy
hard
enough.
to do without the use of my eyes.
So we gotta venture into that other territory to get rid of Nine Toes. But I think this is a good place to stop. You've kind of seen this is, you know, you have a good idea of the basic gameplay. There's going to be more complexity as we go, of course. Learning new skills to learn. We haven't picked up any actual skills yet. But we should soon, because we're about to hit level 5. And at level 5, we get our first skill point. So we're almost to 5, but I think this is a good place to stop. We're already, you know, getting close to an hour here of total play time. So why don't we call it a day? Let's pick up some monies here real quick. And some ammo. Awesome. Okay. Again, thank you all for staying this whole time. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Later days.